Bum 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 bum. Super Sentai is finished. It's over. That's it. What are we gonna do with ourselves? A lot of news programs in Japan have been reporting that Super Sentai is ending. For example, Oricon, the famous Oricon, says TV Asahi's Super Sentai series to end broadcast. It has been learned through interviews with related parties, that the TV Asahi affiliated Super Sentai series will conclude with the currently airing work, which is number 1 Sentai Gozyuger. The popular series, which began with Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger in 1975, will draw the curtain on its half-century history. Now, how I found out about it, it was me, my wife, we have a group chat with another friend of ours who linked an article. The article is from, was it Kyodo or something? Yeah, Kyodo, which is like another news website. They linked this article through that chat. They asked me if I was okay. My wife reads the article, and I'm not gonna lie to you, my heart sank for a second. Like, I held my breath. I was like, oh, what? Then you stop, you gotta think about it, right? And, that's what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about what the heck is going on. Because this is big news, right? Like, huge news, because I feel like every year, someone on the internet always has to say, Super Sentai is ending this year. Super Sentai is gonna end. This is the last Sentai. Sentai's toy sales are going down, so it's gonna end. It happens every year. It's literally been happening ever since I became a Super Sentai fan, and that was 20 years ago. But this is on a completely different level. You have news programs posting about this. It's crazy, and it's crazy. But you gotta stop and think. Has Toei said anything? Has even Bandai? Has Bandai said anything about stopping Super Sentai? I mean, obviously Toei would be the ones to ask, but just to broaden the horizon here, right? So, you gotta stop and think about that. And the answer is no, right? Toei has not said anything about it. There is nothing official, nothing confirmed from the makers themselves. In fact, another article posted by Oricon says, cast performers also confused by reports of the end of the Super Sentai series. And I quote, this is a quote from Tegasword-sama himself, Kaji Yuki, who plays Tegasword on Gozyuger, has also stated that, I haven't heard anything official. Like, what? And you got a whole bunch of former cast of Super Sentai, past Sentai series that are just they're freaking out online too. You could just scroll through Twitter. If you follow any of them, scroll through Twitter, you will see all of them just absolutely mind blown. And there's just so much talk about it online. A lot of people are giving their theories, and a lot of people are taking it to the extreme. We're gonna talk about all that. So I'm gonna talk kind of generally about what I've been seeing online. So I guess small spoiler warning, just in case any of this is something that you don't want to hear, the potential future of Super Sentai, just in case. So there you go. There's a warning right there, just in case, right? We're going to be talking about the potential future of Super Sentai. All right? Right here. You got it? Okay? Okay. First up, a rebrand. Yeah, so meaning Super Sentai can potentially have a different name. Now, this is interesting. Theories out there. I mean, potentially the reason for a rebrand would be globalization, right? We've seen Kamen Rider be more globalized with Kamen Rider Zets going on stream, right? For streaming, like streaming service on YouTube, Tokusatsu and all that, being able to watch it every single week, pretty much almost the exact time, not exactly the exact time, but almost the same time as, people in Japan. Like, that's fantastic. With subtitles, that's fantastic. So, it would make sense. It would make sense to have Super Sentai or whatever it's going to be called, just kind of follow those footsteps and just globalize this IP. Especially when it comes to like Power Rangers, because I don't know the ins and outs of it. People on the internet act like they know the ins and outs of it, like the brand between Toei, or the deal between Toei and Hasbro / Power Rangers, the Power Rangers brand. The reason why it's difficult for Super Sentai to come over to places like the States where Power Rangers is, Power Rangers is a thing, kind of, is because of Power Rangers, right? Like, those brands would clash, obviously, and there's like, again, it's just kind of like the deal between Power Rangers and Super Sentai. So this brand name change might be a way to kind of get around that, which, again, I'm not a business person, so I don't know, but is it really that easy? Like, is it just change the name, right? Just change Super Sentai to something else, and then like, there you go. We could globalize it. We could have it everywhere. We it's not gonna clash with Power Rangers at all. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I really don't know. I mean, if this is the case, then this new Sentai, whatever it's gonna be, will be pretty different from what we're used to, and that's what this seems like. They're kind of straying away from the last 50 years of Super Sentai, but I would also have to think that it would still have to be recognizable, because this, again, Super Sentai is a 50-year-long IP. How the heck do you change an IP that has lasted for that long? I don't know. I have no idea. Again, I'm not a business person, so I don't know how that would work. But has there been any other IP that has done something like this? I don't know. I mean, not a lot of shows last this long. Not a lot of shows last 50 plus years, without any breaks really either. So it's going to be interesting to see, if it does rebrand, what avenue it goes in. That is the big rumor that's been going around. But let's talk about some other potential possibilities. Super Sentai is taking a break. Kamen Rider has taken a break. It took like a 10-year break or something like that. Ultraman also took a break. Kind of had a refresh, right? Especially Kamen Rider, right? That's when you have like the differentiation between the Showa and Heisei writers. Maybe Sentai also needs that break, right? As much as I hate to say that, I don't want it to have a break. That doesn't really seem too likely for me, just because how, I've just seen so many different people at so many different Super Sentai events that it's like, Super Sentai still has a following. Like, absolutely. Like, it has not died down ever. Like, it's just, like, people love this stuff. And it's not just kids. It's adults. Doesn't matter what gender you are. Doesn't matter what your background is. Like, everyone likes Super Sentai. The last big theory is that Super Sentai won't be on TV Asahi anymore. Super Sentai will be on a different channel, right? Maybe even on the same channel as Ultraman, because Ultraman isn't a TV Asahi thing, I'm pretty sure. So maybe it will be paired with Ultraman next, that would be really interesting if that were the case. Because Ultraman and Super Sentai, they're not by the same people, like Tsuburaya and Toei, right? So that would be interesting. And then Kamen Rider kind of like on its own. That would be interesting. I mean, it could be a rebrand / moving to a different channel or station, However, it is kind of looking to be more of a rebrand. I'm going to explain why. There's an article by Animate Times. I'm going to link that in the description below. All the things that I'm referencing in this video will be in the description below so that you can check it out. But this article mentions, it's an interview actually with Matsura Daigo, who is the chief producer of #1 Sentai Gozyuger. And he basically says that he would like to see Super Sentai change names so that it can be more of a global franchise. Shirakura Shinichiro, who is one of the producers of the Super Sentai series, has even stated there's gonna be some changes to Super Sentai. I mean, in episode 0 of Gozyuger, they literally said, Tegasort-sama literally says that this is Super Sentai's final battle. And I think that's literal. But yeah, Shirakura has stated things like that, whether he just implied it or outright said it. I'm not sure if he outright said that Super Sentai was getting a name change. People on the internet have said he has said that, but I don't know if there's like an interview with him actually saying that or if they're getting mixed up with the rumor. I'm not really sure, but please let me know if you know. But with all this, and considering what Toei is doing with Kamen Rider, this seems like it's most likely the case. We've also gotten rumors about the next show after Gozyuger, so like and toy listings as well, so like, that's probably what's happening. Like Super Sentai is not dying. Well, I mean, okay, technically, yes, but no. To speculate a little more about this rebrand, people have been talking about what they would hope their name, the new Super Sentai name would be. And, to be fair, I think, it still will technically be a Sentai. Sentai literally means squadron or squad. So it's like, it's still going to technically be a Sentai. It's still going to have your reds and your blues and your yellow, whatever colors they choose. It's still essentially going to be a Sentai, a Super Sentai, just under a different name. Again, there has to be some changes though, right? What would be the point of changing the name? I guess other than globalization, right? Because we talked about that. But other than globalization, I guess more of a story in show's perspective, what is the point of changing Super Sentai to a different name? So, that's why I'm thinking, there has to be some sort of formula change in this new show. So I talked to Matt Hunt, and I kind of asked him, what would you want the name to be? What, just for funsies, right? What would you want the name to be? Now, he doesn't know what the new name is going to be, or if there is even a new name. We don't know. No one knows. Nobody knows, okay? Nobody is claiming that they know, okay? I'm just saying. All right? So, for anyone, I see you, some of you in the comments, you're going to be like, hey, spill the beans. There's no beans to spill. I don't know. So, I just asked him, just for fun. Well, first off, he does say that Super Sentai doesn't translate as nicely as Kamen Rider does, right? That's true. Super Sentai, that name, the name itself, can that be used in a global sense? I mean, if you want to try, maybe. Just let's forget about the Power Ranger stuff for a second. Super Sentai, it is very that is a very Japanese sounding name. I mean, Kamen Rider, yeah, for sure. Kamen is obviously a Japanese word, but Sentai also rhymes with another word that people like to make fun of. I see you, Alex. So maybe that is a reason why. But Kamen Rider, it is, I guess, easier to say. I don't know. There's just something about Kamen Rider that Super Sentai doesn't have. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I'm not devaluing the name Super Sentai or anything. I love Super Sentai. I love the name Super Sentai. It's obviously very iconic, especially in Japan. But that's the thing. It's iconic in Japan. Can it be iconic in other places? I don't know. But what he said, what Matt Hunt says, something with universe, universe hero, universe titan, universe hero. That would be pretty cool. That would make sense. If you don't know, if you're not watching Gozyuger, first of all, go watch Gozyuger. I gotta go catch up. But with Gozyuger, all of the past heroes are called universe heroes or universe warriors. Universe senshi, right? So, like, what if they've been spoiling it this whole time? They've given us the new name this entire time. This past year that Gozyuger has been airing, they've been giving the new name of Super Sentai this entire time. And we are barely just figuring it out. How? Well, barely just figuring it out. We're just speculating, obviously. But how crazy would that be? I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. I think I would be down for that. I would be okay with that. As long as I still get my Sentai, man. Like, Yo, if Sentai actually ended, I would be so sad. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'd be so sad. Yo, Power Rangers is dead. Then Super Sentai is dead? Oh, you're just coming after all my favorite shows? Oh my gosh. Like, see, with Power Rangers, the decline of Power Rangers, like, it was a slow decline, right? It was a slow decline. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like Sentai, where it was like, Gozyuger is so good. Everything is so good. King Oger was so good. Everything is so good. And then all of a sudden, oh, look, there's an article saying it's done. You know? Like, it's like, what? Like, if you don't know about, like, any of the rumors and stuff, it's like, whoa, wait, where's this coming from? But with Power Rangers, it was like, you saw the decline. Like, it was an obvious thing, right? You had, like, you know, the passing of the brand, and then you had, like, you had, like, the quality of the show just decreasing, and then the toys, like, the toys are non-existent, getting even more and more non-existent over time. And then you got Cosmic Fury, which is only like a 10-episode thing. You have to move to Netflix before that, and then you had Cosmic Fury that was only a 10-episode thing. It was, we saw it coming. Let's be real. We saw it coming. This? Hoo-wee. But we just gotta calm down. We just gotta calm down and wait for Toei to say something. That's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. If we get no new announcement for a show in like December, or maybe even let's push it to January or February, then we can freak out. Okay? I think that would be okay to freak out. But I don't see Toei just dropping Sentai and not saying anything. You know? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So we'll just have to wait and see. We just gotta wait and see and hear from Toei themselves. I say this because a lot of people on the internet have been freaking out. Okay, I know. A lot of people have been freaking out a lot. People are making petitions to save Super Sentai. Like, guys, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Stop. That's embarrassing. Just stop. But then you also got people having fun with it. We got this meme from Mia at GoSayPink on Twitter. It says, never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and a Toku fan what happened on October 30th, 2025. That is fantastic. I love it. That is awesome. I was going to talk about the new Zed stuff that happened recently, but like this one, like, was way more important. Way more topical, because it has taken the internet by storm. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about all this? What are your theories? But calm down, right? Just be calm about it, all right? Don't freak out. It'll be okay. I'm hoping it'll be okay, all right? Just let me know in the comments what you think. Don't go at each other's throats. I don't want to see any Power Rangers versus Super Sentai stuff in the comments. Just play nice. All right. But thank you all so much, everyone, for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on our social media down below. We also have a Discord. So make sure to flex your toys, collectibles, your Super Sentai stuff, please. And we will see you all next time.